Okay, we were at Blade Show. There are literally thousands of amazing knives here, so I'm gonna take you guys on a crash course of what I saw, what I thought was the coolest, and I wanna know what you saw and what you thought were the coolest down in the comments. Let's hit it. All right, we gotta go find Ben now. He's got something you're really gonna wanna see. Sorry to interrupt. Can I steal the knife out of your pocket? Yeah. Do you have a lander too? Yeah. We're shooting a thing about our favorite knives here at Blade Show.
Guys.
Dude, this is what the people have been wanting.
You guys flatter me. Stop it.
All right, here, check this out, guys. All right, this is the Lander 2. This is a bigger design than the regular Lander. I think you get like a whole nother itch, which is super rad. S35 VN steel. And you'll notice, not only is it bigger, but it also has a clutch lock. So this is Kaiser's version of the access lock or lock bar lock or whatever you want to call it. And it's adjustable. So we did a whole video on the drop bear a while back, and we show you guys how that clutch lock works. But the same idea with the regular Lander, you still have the swappable scales, you still have the two-way reversible pocket clip, but you get a bigger Lander with a clutch lock, and the Kickstarter's going right now. So definitely get on this thing and get one of these because it is awesome. And I know a lot of you guys have been wanting a bigger Lander. So there you go, that's what Ben got. So we were doing a cut test with WorkSharp earlier, and somebody showed up with one of these new Demko free rein fixed blades, and we had to come check this thing out in person. It is so cool. So Magnacut blade, obviously full tang blade, injection molded handle, and they're all made right here in the United States. Super cool design. Along with that, this is actually an Andrew Demko designed sheath, and he's designed it so it can be taken apart, so you can fully clean it. And then of course, it's really modular, so you can, attach it however you want. But this is like a full-size American-made fixed blade. I don't know what they normally go for, but they're going for like $180 here at the show. That's a lot of Magnacut for $180. So yeah, this new Demko free rein, super cool, super exciting, and it did a pretty darn good job at the cut test as well. All right, we made it over to Hogue's booth. They've got a new folder, which is pretty exciting. This is the Hogue Mysto. So you've got a Magnacut blade, you've got this bead blasted titanium handle with this like really cool whirly pattern. I asked them what it's called, and I think we're just gonna call it like the air temple pattern. If you watch Avatar, you know what I'm talking about. And of course, that great Hogue action that we all expect and love. Two-way reversible pocket clip. And here's the cool thing with this is part of their limited run series. So it's got a limited time, a limited number. If this is something that you're into, we'll have a link down in the description. You guys can check it out. But pretty cool entry from Hogue. I'd love to see more folders like this from them. Let's go find the next one. We can't be looking at our favorites from the show and not show you guys something that's kind of our fault, kind of your fault. Hey, Future Zach here, and I want to explain that a little bit better. So as you guys know, this is the Buck 124. This was Jamie's favorite fixed blade of 2022, which is a huge upset for a lot of reasons, but really cool because it is a rad knife. We also featured this knife in our History of the Bowie Knife video that we did recently, and as a result, Buck has been selling these 124s like crazy. So that's what I mean. It's kind of my fault, kind of your fault, but in a really good way. And one thing that is awesome about Buck is that even though they are a 120-year-old company, they are still really good at listening to the community and really good at listening to feedback, which is why we are so stoked to be able to work with Buck on the channel here. They are a channel sponsor, and they're sponsoring this video. So because of Buck, we were able to go to Blade Show and be able to get the video you're watching right now. Now, with the 124, so many of us have bought it and enjoyed it and have been digging it that Buck's actually gonna offer it in their custom shop when their new website launches in like a month or two. And if you guys don't know about the Buck custom shop, you're missing out. So, for example, I've got this 119 here that probably doesn't look like any other 119 that you've seen. It's a chip flit blade, got shockwood handles and these brass pommels and guard. So you can just go into the custom shop, pick some of Buck's most iconic designs, and make all these mix and match patterns to make your own custom special Buck knife. So check out Buck, guys, check out their custom shop. Let's jump back in. So this is a configuration that you could make in the custom shop of the Buck 124. So soon, you'll be able to get a custom shop 124, which is super exciting. And I know I'm excited because I love this thing. This is one of Jamie's favorite knives, which is crazy and awesome. Another really cool thing from Buck, actually, we were just here and learned, they won Most Innovative American Design for their 590 paradigm. This thing is really cool. So it's a bolster lock flipper. So the bolster locks the knife open and it locks the knife closed. So they won Most Innovative American Design at Blade Show, which is really, really cool. So a lot of rad stuff from Buck. All right, we're over at the Vero booth. Now, if you guys know, Vero makes some amazing knives, and they've got a new fixed blade they just released for the show. This is the Vero Axon fixed blade. So full M390. It's got interchangeable scales. This particular one, obviously, I picked because it's beautiful micarta, but you can just remove those two right there, put a bunch of different scales on it. It comes with the sheath, and this is what the sheath looks like when you get it. But on their website, you can do an add-on for this EDC clip, which I highly recommend because obviously this would be a bugger for EDC carry. And then just so you guys can see, this is what the folder Vero looks like versus the fixed blade. So, I mean, it's basically the folder in a lot of ways, a little bit thinner handle, basically the same dimensions, but in a fixed blade. And as you guys know, I've been crushing on EDC fixed blades a lot lately. So definitely this new Axon is super awesome. Check it out. All right, we're over at the Giant Mouse booth. You guys know, love Giant Mouse, and they have a new knife for the show. This is called the Rio, and if you see the name, it's gonna look like REO Speedwagon, the old band, which is really cool. So we got a Magnacut blade. This particular one is canvas micarta, and it has a brass backspacer. Of course, you've got the Giant Mouse wire clip on it. It's really, really light because the insides are titanium, and they also have like pieces cut out of them, which is really, really neat. So everything you would expect from Giant Mouse. I mean, really great action, really smooth, and it's just a worker, right? I mean, this one's definitely really slicey, but everything Giant Mouse does, I feel like, is just meant to like go to work, which is a lot of fun. Really cool thing about the name Rio is actually a motor company in Lansing, Michigan. I guess Jim, Jesper, and Jens all go to this town, and Jim kind of lives in this town. Those are all the three guys at Giant Mouse. Jim lives really close to this town where these cars were made, and so that's where they got the name from. And I guess that's also where REO Speedwagon got their name as well. So this is the Rio from Giant Mouse Knives. Really, really cool. And I've got to say that the handling on all of them, they've got a G10, a denim, and a canvas. It has this kind of like dimpling to it. That's the only way I can really describe it. And it gives all of the materials a really interesting feel. So anyways, new Rio from Giant Mouse, super rad. All right, so we were getting ready to leave Giant Mouse, and I was talking to Jens, and they just won Knife of the Year at Blade Show, which is amazing. This is the GMX. It's got a bunch of awesome features. You guys definitely need to check it out, but I'm glad you let me know. So congratulations.
Thanks so much.
Yeah. This has been an incredible Blade Show. I've got to talk to so many of you and meet so many of you, which has been awesome. We've seen some incredible knives, but I know I missed a ton. So again, let me know down in the comments what you guys dug. Tell me what I missed. I'm gonna look it up, and we'll catch you on the next one.
All right, there you go.
Oh, yeah. Sweet.
Right on. What's your name?
Ethan.
Ethan?
Yeah.
Good to meet you. What's your name?
Anthony.
Anthony, good to meet you.
Good to meet you too.
Yeah. Awesome.
Thank you. Thanks, man.
Cool. Yeah. What are you guys carrying today?
Baby Bantu.
Nice. Right on. Nice.